Hello and welcome to 2020. I'm Dailey and I am coming at you guys with my very first WIP chat. Not that kind of WIP. I mean WIP WIP, as in work in progress. I wanted a place where I could talk about whatever work in progress I was working on, whether it be my book or something else I'm doing, or just myself, because honestly I am also a work in progress. Because it's the beginning of the year, I'm seeing a lot of people posting their resolutions and goals, and people have a lot of them. There are a lot of goals going around. I even saw someone post that they had 5 goals, and then said that they didn't want to have 30 goals because nobody has time for that, and then proceeded to list like 30 sub-goals under their 5 goals. I was like, girl, you've got a lot going on. Last year, in 2019, I was that person. I wanted to have tons of goals. I had all kinds of things I wanted to get done. And I revised my book, I went to 2 conferences, I had really high highs. I started my YouTube channel, hi, but I also had really low lows. And I think that it had a lot to do with the fact that I'd created really big goals for myself that were relatively attainable for the most part, but when I attained them, then there was nothing left. So I would go months on end not having anything, not having goals, and there was like this fog that fell over me and a weight fell on my shoulders for months on end, and it felt particularly hard. So this year, I am just cruising. I don't want big goals. I don't want big things to attain. We're gonna see what happens and we're gonna go for it. However, if that was completely true, I wouldn't be making this video, right? So I do have 3 goals. And before we get any further, I wanted to let you guys know that because this is a WIP chat, I want it to be super casual. I want to have like a cup of coffee with you guys, sit down, just have a chat, which means that this probably won't be heavily edited. You'll hear a lot of ums. You'll hear a lot of pauses and thinking, because that's what I want to bring to you guys for these videos. I just want to have a conversation. So that's what this is going to be. But let's get back to the goals, right? 2020. So the first goal has to deal with AuthorTube. That's you guys. And this. So hi. I have started my AuthorTube about 3 months ago, so I'm still kind of getting the hang of it, and I'm getting used to being in front of the camera. I've noticed that there are some things I do vocally that I would like to try to change, but that comes with time, I guess, and with being in front of the camera, with being used to talking in front of the camera. So we're getting used to that, but we're getting tighter, and my scripts for videos and stuff are getting tighter and stuff. So I'm really excited about where the channel could go and what I'm learning and how I'm growing. So I'm excited to continue on with AuthorTube. That's my goal, is to continue on with AuthorTube. I am still going to make craft videos. I think that I have noticed a lot of the people who are following my channel, hi, a lot of people that have been commenting and been active with me are people who are kind of starting out writing and are interested in the process as a whole. And there are a lot of things that, because I've been writing for so long, I feel like everyone knows already, but maybe that's not true. So I am going to start at the beginning this year. So next week, there's going to be a video called something akin to how to start a book. Where do you start? You get a lot of advice going, oh, write every day, but it's not as simple as writing every day when you haven't gotten to that point yet. So I want to make a video from the very beginning, and throughout the year we're just going to go linearly through everything, and it's something that I feel really confident talking about, how to write a book. So I'm going to get that done for you guys. However, if you guys pop on and you're like, hey, I'd really like to see a video that has to do with the editing process, please jump on. I will gladly cut the line for you if you have something you really need to see. So I really want to keep going with that. I do have a new schedule that I'm going to be trying out. I feel like I'm saying I a lot. I Hey. I have a new schedule that I want to try out. I need to prioritize the writing over anything, and AuthorTube, I knew it would take a long time, but I underestimated how long each step of the process takes when it comes to researching topics you're going to talk about, writing the script, setting up all of the camera equipment, filming, possibly doing that multiple times during the month because you can't get it all done in one day because you're me and you have like 1,000 takes because you're a perfectionist. And just like editing and then uploading times and everything. It's just each step takes a long time, and I have to prioritize the writing. The writing is more important than anything. I know that I'm doing this for my platform. It's just a thing that we're doing is platforming, right? That's what we have to do. We have to get on Twitter and Instagram and just try to be charming and try to be writers. But the words, guys, the words are the most important thing. So I have to prioritize that, which means I'm going to cut down, at least for the first couple months, to posting every other week. I'm still going to shoot for Thursdays. With the new schedule, I think Thursdays is really going to work out for me. I know I've been posting on Fridays a few times, but I'm aiming for every other Thursday. And that way, my first week, I can just focus on scripts and writing and sending out my newsletter. If you're part of my newsletter fam, that's when I will be sending that out, and filming during that first week. Then the second week and the fourth week, I can post craft videos. And that third week, and the first week too, is when, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to post WIP chats like this so we can chat and stuff if I have the opportunity and if I have something that I want to talk about with my WIP. So that's what I'm looking to do. I think one of the reasons I started doing the WIP chats, or have started, this is my first one, is when I make the writing craft videos, I feel very professional. I feel like I'm putting on a show for you guys. I have the lighting and the hair, I do my hair and stuff, and when it comes to the WIP chats, I kind of want to give you more of my personality. I want to show you who I am. I don't want to have to do my hair that much. I did not try very hard on this. I have like one light. I don't know, I just wanted to be more casual. And I feel like the writing craft videos, I'm still going to make them professional. I want you guys to know that I am trying very hard at this and I do know what I'm talking about and I am taking it seriously. But I also want you guys to know who I am, and I kind of feel like the writing craft videos make me feel very white bread. I feel like I've studied AuthorTube and I'm copying a lot of the things that I'm seeing, but I'm not really showing you guys my personality, and I want you guys to know who I am as well. So this is my current answer for this problem. So anyway, that is my first goal, is just continuing on with AuthorTube and continuing to mold it into what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to find, which I don't even know what that is yet, but we'll get there. So, goal 2. Also, you guys get the very last dollop of my peppermint mocha creamer. So you should feel honored that that is what I've chosen to use for this. The last of the peppermint mocha. Goal 2. So as far as the goal 2 goes, I would like to get an agent. I have self-published before and I'm looking to traditionally publish my books, but to do that you pretty much need an agent nowadays. However, getting an agent isn't completely in my control. So I can have the goal of getting an agent, but it's not just my decision to attain that. So the best that I can do is put in the hard work, put in the writing, put in the revisions, send out the queries, and do everything I need to do to attain that inevitably hope or dream. I think one of the things that I haven't really talked on YouTube about yet is that I got an R&R from an agent. That's short for revise and resubmit. If you've been following my journey on Instagram, you probably already know this, but she wanted a few things that I've been like mentally prepared to change, and a few things that I was like, okay, I agree, we should change these. But she's also wanted a couple things that I was like, oh, and I don't want to change for certain reasons that I'm afraid might be me being stubborn, but also might be me wanting to stand up for things and like wanting to tell a story a certain way. So it's taken some decisions, but in the next couple months, I'm going to be working on the revisions that I'm sure that I need to do. And then we'll kind of work our way through the other things that she wants. Now, I know I'm very close because I've had a lot of agents get really excited about my work. They love my writing style, they love my story. It's always just a few tweaks here and there that for whatever reason don't fit in with their list. So I am getting there. We're working on it. But I think that this brings me, sorry, can you hear my turtles splashing? I think this brings me to goal 3, which is that I need to focus on filling my creative well. You know what's really distracting about this, not having the full setup, is that I have no idea if my battery has failed or anything. I should plan for this better. Anyway, yes, I need to fill my creative well somehow. I feel like AuthorTube is a job, right? It's like building your platform. And I feel like I'm not filling my creative well with my writing right now, with my book, because it's already been created. I'm not building that world for the first time. I'm tweaking things of something that I've already done. So I'm not filling the creative well, I'm just making something I've created better. And I feel like I was utilizing Dungeons and Dragons for filling my creative well, because I've been DMing, dungeon mastering, leading the group of for a story for the last 3 years, and during the earliest form of the story I like twisted and pulled and just dragged out as much story as I could in the confines of the rule set, and I like really pushed it, guys. I had them tiny, I threw them into a labyrinth that they could never get out of. I put them in a nursery world made up of characters from nursery rhymes. I did everything I could. It was not classic Dungeons and Dragons until it was. And in a weird way, I'm hoping nobody from my group is watching this, although I have a feeling at least a couple of you are, but I'm having some issues with where the story is right now, because it's not, they've landed in a world that's pre-existing. They're going to towns that exist in other places, and I'm not feeling as able to be creative with it. I'm just trying to make it interesting for them. So I'm excited for the end goal, but to get there is proving to be difficult. And I'm looking forward to it, but it's also not filling my creative well anymore, which is the point. So I think the TLDR of this is that I would like to maybe write some short stories. I used to be really into like writing flash fiction. I would do like a quick story every day, and that sounds like a lot right now in my life, but like maybe once a month I could write a short story, just something that I'm not afraid of, you know, brain vomiting all over and just being whatever I want it to be and not worrying about being published or anything, just like being creative and mentally being interested in things again. I used to be into like visual art, so I used to draw a lot. I used to be into making cartoons and sketching, and I feel like I've gone through segments of my life where I've really wanted to paint, and I can kind of feel that itch coming back. So I feel like I just want to create things that I don't want to create a job for. I know they're not going to ever make any money. I don't want to think about anything like that. I just want to let my mind explore for a while. So I think that's something that I'm missing, and I think that I was missing it last year, and that may have attributed to that feeling of darkness during the year. So my third goal is to fill my creative well and find something that I can just be excited about. And maybe I've also been thinking, kind of a sub fourth goal here is, I was thinking about starting a Patreon page that maybe if people were interested in supporting me on my journey, even like a little bit, you know, maybe I could throw out these like super crappy drawings or stories or something that I can use as, you know, the prizes or whatever in Patreon. So it's something rattling around in my head. I don't know if it would actually go anywhere, but yeah. So in short, my 3 goals for this year are continuing on with AuthorTube and continuing to mold it into what I'm looking for, which I don't know what that is yet, but we're going to keep doing it anyway. And my second goal is to get an agent, although just work towards that step, right? Because we can't control that goal. And my third thing is to fill my creative well, and maybe fourth, get a Patreon. So that is it for now, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you had a lovely new year, and I hope 2020 is just as awesome for you as we all really, really need it to be. See you guys later.